Buffalo Bills' exclusive new Highmark Stadium isn't just a venue. It's a blizzard-proof beast built to dominate. Designed to weaponize winter, this $1.7 billion coliseum embraces chaos. Buffalo, New York is probably the last place you'd expect to find an NFL team. It's only the 78th biggest city in the country. So how does a small, snowy city like Buffalo keep a professional football team? The answer is simple. Their fans are completely nuts. In the best way possible, yeah. Bills fans are known for doing something wild called table breaking. They literally jump through folding tables in parking lots before games. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, and totally Buffalo. But what really sets Buffalo apart is the one thing that most NFL teams try to avoid: the weather. Opposing teams hate it, and that's exactly why the Bills love it. Buffalo gets slammed with lake-effect snow that can drop 3 feet in a single day. The wind cuts like a knife and the cold is brutal. Most cities would shut down, but Buffalo plays football. Their old stadium, also called Highmark Stadium, was built in 1973. It was totally exposed to the elements, and the Bills used that to their advantage. Teams from warm places like Miami or LA would show up freezing, while Buffalo thrived. But after 50 years, the stadium was falling apart. Harsh winters had taken their toll. The Bills needed a solution fast. The team owners, Terry and Kim Pegula, brought in engineers. The news was bad. Fixing the old stadium would cost nearly $1 billion and only give them 15 more years of use. Just repairing the upper deck would cost nearly $500 million alone. The experts said it wasn't worth it. A new stadium was the only real option. So, Pegulas made a bold move. In 2021, they told the city that they needed $1.1 billion in taxpayer money. If they didn't get it, they'll move the team to Austin, Texas. Fans were shocked. After all the loyalty, the snow, the heartbreak, this felt like a threat. And honestly, if you've stuck through this much Buffalo drama, you might as well hit that like and subscribe button, because there's more. But it worked. The state and county gave them the money, and Buffalo got its brand new stadium at a massive price. By the time construction began, the price ballooned to $1.7 billion, $600 million more than what they had expected. But the Bills weren't just throwing up some concrete shell. They were aiming high. In October 2023, they played in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, widely considered one of the most advanced high-tech stadiums on the planet. That game wasn't just about football. That same architects who built Tottenham, Populous, were hired to design Buffalo Stadium too. The Bills told them they want that vibe, and Populous had a stacked resume: Yankee Stadium, the London Olympic Stadium, and more. So what did they dream up for Buffalo? A stadium built to embrace brutal weather instead of hide from it. But while the design turned heads, the price tag kept raising eyebrows. And that's just the beginning of the controversy. The new Highmark Stadium looks like it was built for battle, made of iron spot brick panels that rise unevenly, giving it a gritty, powerful vibe that fits Buffalo perfectly. Inside, it's not about fitting more people, it's about giving each fan a better experience. The old stadium held more than 70,000 people. Well, the new one, just about 62,000 people. But every seat is better. They made the upper deck steeper, changing the angle from 28 to 34 degrees. That small shift brings even the farthest fan 54 feet closer to the field. So the worst seat now beats the worst seat from the old place. You also can walk in a full loop on both levels. No more getting stuck or getting lost trying to find the bathroom or a beer. And yes, there is more bathrooms too with better access. Then there is the party deck. The Bills teased a massive 5,000-person standing zone for fans to move, cheer, and party during games. But the strange thing is, no one knows if it actually made the cut. The team has kept some parts of the stadium under wraps. So what we do know is that every corner is built for atmosphere. Even the tunnels are separate now, so teams don't bump into each other. But that's nothing compared to the decision that really has people talking. Here's something that might blow your mind. The Buffalo Bills just built a brand new $1.7 billion stadium with no roof. They spent almost $2 billion and left the field completely open to the elements. Sure, there is a canopy that covers about 65% of the seats to keep most fans dry, but the field itself, well, totally exposed to snow, wind, and freezing cold. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Without a roof, the stadium can host a Super Bowl. The NFL only allows Super Bowls in warm weather cities or domed stadiums. So why would they make a choice that guarantees missing out on the league's biggest event? The answer is Buffalo's secret weapon, the brutal winter weather. By keeping the stadium open, the Bills are making sure opponents still have to deal with the force of Buffalo's harsh winters. Some fans love this. They say it keeps the team's identity intact, while others, they think it's a huge waste of money. Speaking of money, here's what really gets people mad. The total cost was about $1.7 billion. Half of that is being paid by taxpayers, who own the team are billionaires worth $6.8 billion. They're only paying half but still own the whole stadium. It's like buying half your friend's house and never getting a key. And when they threatened to move the team to Texas, the state gave them what they wanted. When the Pegulars hinted at moving the Bills to Austin, it was a scare tactic. Austin had the money, the growth, and no NFL team. Buffalo fans were terrified. Losing the Bills wasn't just about sports, it was about identity. So, New York's governor stepped in. She directed $418 million from the Seneca Nation casino funds towards the stadium. During a 6-game winning streak, someone fell into the pit before every game, so fans were diving it on purpose. Security had to start guiding a literal construction hole because fans believed it brought wins. Only in Buffalo would falling into a ditch become a tradition. Meanwhile, the team opened the Stadium Experience Center. Fans could walk through VR views of their future seats, check out a model, and explore food options. It was like a museum dedicated to the future. They made fans feel included even though they were helping fund the whole thing. And if it all feels a little extra, remember this: the Bills looked to London's Tottenham Stadium for inspiration. And then it made it Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills just dropped $1.7 billion on a brand new Highmark Stadium, and it's unlike anything the NFL has ever seen. Built not to escape Buffalo's brutal winters, but to embrace them, this stadium turns snow, wind, and ice into a full-on weapon. It's a fortress made for chaos, and the Bills are ready to unleash it. Instead of dodging the weather, they've leaned into it. The concourses are heated, the overhangs have built-in heaters, and the views are clear even without a whiteout. It's built for fans who don't just attend games, but live them. But now with all this money poured into Highmark Stadium, do you think the public funding for NFL teams is getting out of hand? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like and share if you enjoyed this, and if you missed the heated debate around the Knicks' controversial $1 billion arena, well, go check that out next. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.